Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Atheist Experience. We are live. Today is March 14th, 2010. We are live. It's Pi Day, and you are in luck. The very special pie for today is that aronra has agreed to drive all the way down from Dallas to join us. He was on the Nonprofits program yesterday as well, so thank you very much and welcome.
Pleasure to be here.
We're going to get the normal announcements out of the way as quickly as possible. There's already people waiting on the phones. We're going to do pretty much straight callers all day long and have a good time. As I mentioned, this is a live program. It's sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin, a nonprofit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. The ACA has weekly meetings every Sunday at Romeo's on Barton Springs Road, beginning at around 11:30. All of our events are open to the public. Any atheist or atheist-friendly person is welcome to attend. You don't have to be a member to attend, as long as you're not coming down to preach, proselytize, provoke, punch, pester, pick on. You're welcome. And we encourage conversations and debates and discussions and friendly meals and whatever else you might want to do, both at that event and the other events that we do. In addition to this program, the ACA also sponsors a bi-weekly internet audio podcast that I mentioned previously, The Nonprofits. You can go to nonprofitsradio.com, that's P-R-O-P-H-E-T-S, for more information about that show. We were live yesterday. Aaron joined us yesterday, and we'll be live again in 2 weeks. For more information about the ACA, you can visit the website, www.atheist-community.org. There's a frequently asked questions page. There is information about our various events, and very soon there will be a link to the position statements that the board of directors approved this morning. The ACA has weekly meetings at Romeo's, as I mentioned, except for the first Sunday of the month when we host our lecture series at the Austin History Center, located at the corner of 9th and Guadalupe. We have a happy hour every Thursday at the Dog and Duck Pub, located at 17th and Guadalupe. And on the second Sunday of every month, in addition to the event at Romeo's, we have our board meeting. Any member can come and participate. Only board members can vote. You can find out more information at the website. And there's also a website specific to this program that you can go and check out. It's atheist-experience.com, and there you will find a link to an archive section that includes shows from the past 12 years in both video format at Google Video and Blip TV, and audio formatted, downloadable, and as a podcast. We're streaming the show live, as always, over Ustream. There's more information at the link on how to connect there as well. You can watch the show live. You can participate live because it's a call-in show. We'll have the number up shortly. We are not just limited to taking callers from the Austin area, although local callers typically have priority. Theistic callers have highest priority, and people who are not necessarily theistic but have something they want to discuss or raise a question, you have priority as well. If you're just calling to tell us, how much you appreciate the show, or you think we're doing a good job, or you love Aaron's videos and things, we greatly appreciate it, but I don't think that people came to appreciate the show for the plaudits all the time. So we'll try and avoid those if we can. Drop us an email. You can always reach us at email, tv@atheist-community.org. That goes to myself, the co-host, some of the people behind the scenes as well. We get so much email that we can't possibly respond to all of it, but we do what we can, and we do read all of it. If you want to make sure that your email does not get eaten by the spam filters, please put either AETV or NPR for Nonprofits Radio in the subject line, and that will make sure that it at least gets through my filters. Other quick notes. Next week, this show will be later than normal. Our normal broadcast time is from 4:30 to 6 p.m. every Sunday on Channel 16, Grande and Time Warner. Next week, we are being preempted for more training at the studio. We will be on from 8 to 9:30 p.m., just like we were last month. This is going to be an ongoing thing. Once a month for the next few months, the show is going to be preempted from its normal slot. And the Public Access Studio has graciously allowed us to shift on those weeks to the 8 to 9:30 slot. We think we're going to be able to do it for all or most of them. However, some people decided that they were a little miffed that the Atheist Experience wasn't in its normal slot, and they took it upon themselves to call Channel Austin and complain. Don't do that. You're not doing any of us any favors. It's a public access studio. They get to use it however they want. Yes, we're pretty much like the only live call-in show, and this is when they needed the slot, so we got bumped for a little while. If anything, call and thank them for doing the studio renovations and making this service available to the public, because there are a lot of cities that don't have public access at all. And while I may occasionally complain about this or that, I am eternally grateful that we have this opportunity to get content out to the world. and not just in Austin. And it's been an amazing experience. We love getting email from everybody around the world. We're very appreciative, so please don't call to complain, because you didn't do us any favors by that. So that out of the way, the other events that are coming up, the ACA pub crawl will be Saturday the 20th. There's more information at the website, including where you can go or how to contact Mark to get t-shirts. And we'll go down as we normally do. We'll start at Dog and Duck and then walk downtown and just basically go from bar to bar as a mass of godless heathens, which would disturb people in other cities. But here in Austin, it kind of gets look what those guys are doing. But it's a lot of fun, and we encourage anybody that would like to come out. Also, you can find out more information about other ACA events like the street cleanup and the Texas American Atheist group and their Help the Homeless programs as well. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Great day.
Yeah, it was a good day to drive down this weekend and everything else. You can see from behind. Just go ahead. Go ahead and make it full screen. Override us. For those people who aren't familiar with Aaron's work, we're going to run a quick clip from one of his many YouTube videos, and you can remove us from the screen while we do it. Run it.
Big Bang. How was that created? Can you tell me that? Because if I understand you correctly, you're implying that if science can't tell you right now, today, exactly how that happened, then we may as well assume we'll never know. Might as well just forget everything we do know and stop trying to figure out anything more. We should just assume your conclusion.
I don't know if you guys were actually able to hear that. We weren't able to hear it in the studio. I'm assuming the audio went out. But in case you weren't, we can go ahead and put up a link to his YouTube channel where you can go watch any number of videos there. You've done so much great work, specifically enlightening people in common sense language with plain thought that almost anybody could grasp about the problems with creationist claims, etc. How did you get started doing that?
Well, how I got started in the evolution versus creationism argument has been a lifelong story. I remember when I was a little kid and I would ask questions of my babysitter or anybody else, how does anything happen? I mean, especially if it involves God, how does God transform molecules of wine into molecules of water?
Right.
And, how does it do this? And I would always be reprimanded for asking the question. I was told all kinds of crazy things about how I wasn't supposed to question their position, or I was just supposed to blindly accept. And I had been given, I was at the advantage in the culture that I grew up in, is that they don't indoctrinate children until they're what they consider the age of reason, at 8 years old. And so, by that time, one of my teachers had given me a book on dinosaurs that happened to include a phylogenetic tree. And looking at that, of course, I made sense of the relationships of things, and I was able to determine that humans belong definitely in the category of apes. And so when it was finally presented to me that this other book was supposed to be the absolute truth, my immediate response is, it doesn't even explain why we are apes.
Yeah.
Among other things. And so there was a problem accepting the mythology. I tried to interpret it a different way. I thought that, like the story about how Eve is the one who enlightens Adam as to the nature of civilization. This is, mind you, as a little child, how I'm reading this, and I'm thinking about it's like in the Old West when men show up and they have guns and there's brawls and a lot of open drinking in the street, and then women show up and everything kind of calms down a little bit. And I'm thinking, well, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to tell a story to a group of people in the Middle East, and you're going to tell them that women brought them civilization and sanity, and now this is a culture that doesn't believe that women are capable of anything, so it can't be anything you actually give them credit for. It has to be a bad thing that you blame them for, and then you can't even give them credit for the blame. You have to come up with, concoct this snake that gave them the idea,
right,
because snakes can figure these things out where mere women cannot.
Well, talking snakes,
It seemed to me that telling the story in this way might be the way of getting it past the prejudices of the time and then down through the ages. This, obviously I was still a theist. I was trying to rationalize or apologize to try to make sense out of the story. How could it be true, even though it's not literally true?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I encountered a whole other reality, which of course is that the story just wasn't true.